What's up, fellow Stone Rockers? It's your boy, the one and only Big Bad Brutal One. And, well, the Ghost Ship Games live stream just ended, and we got a whole bunch of news on the future of Deep Rock Galactic, Ghost Ship Publishing as a whole, obviously Rogue Core a little bit, but, I mean, naturally, as they said, there's kind of for reasons that they couldn't give that much information on Rogue Core. But I just thought I'd record this video because a bunch of us are upset at Deep Rock. Not Deep Rock, at Ghost Ship Games. For one thing and one thing only, Della. We're upset about Della. So for those who couldn't make the Ghost Ship Games stream, the theme for Season 5 now is going to be Drilling Deeper, which is going to have a lot of new exploration type mechanics and focuses, which I'm really excited for. I was always talking with friends how, search and rescue type theme, I feel like that kind of theme could really do good in Deep Rock Galactic. Especially when you consider all the things that they just kind of leave behind, I was talking about, like, the same way Betsy is an enemy, they can make that with, like, the drilling platform and the turrets. I feel like that'd be a huge, fun little mid-boss enemy that they could have in missions, kind of like a core lock. I was also thinking that, they could also add maybe, like, I feel like it'd be harder. A mission type where you kind of find a stranded dwarf and you kind of bring him back up in the drop pod with you. But obviously, with the terrain generation, it'd be a bit harder to kind of put together. With the procedural generation of the terrain, it'd be just harder to put together, because the pathfinding would be difficult, especially when they're not the bugs, As a dwarf, you obviously can't walk on the ceilings and stuff, so it kind of be tough to get around with such a mission. But honestly, that theme I was really interested in. I always felt like a mission type maybe where you bring back the full drill dozer, maybe put the lore reasoning that it's too expensive to leave the whole drill dozer body behind. I always thought that could be like a fun mission type that we could have tried out, where it's like kind of just one continuous run straight back to the drop pod essentially. So on that theme, we ended up getting the Drill-Evator. The Drill-Evator, wow, crazy concept. I'm a huge fan of it. I actually love that. I kind of, in the stream, I kind of just commented Drill Dozer 2, but I really think it's gonna be a fun mission type. Especially the fact that you're kind of just drilling straight down. I feel like having bugs above you is probably one of the harder things, because when you're kind of the angle of your mouse or whatever, the range of motion of your, I can't really put it into words good, but what I'm trying to say is it's harder to aim when you're looking straight up. So I feel like it'd definitely be like a fun, challenging experience, fun, challenging part of a mission, especially with all the bugs, just the corpses raining down on you and stuff. But naturally, the whole community immediately jumped onto the Drill-Evator and was like, "Yeah, we got a new robot. We got to give this thing a personality." And that we decided to personify it with, I think the two leading names were Delilah and Della in particular. And unfortunately, if you were in the stream, you would have known this, they're not letting us pet Della or Delilah. They're not letting us pet the Drill-Evator. They're not the Drill-Evator. They said they said the Drill-Evator does not have an AI core, an AI kind of head, I guess you would say, like Doretta does, like Dottie does. So, unfortunately, they're not going to let us pet it. And I am up in flames about that. Poor little Della, we just ship her down into the fucking pits of hell, and we just leave her there, and she has no soul, and they're being so mean, and they're not going to let us pet Della. All of us were up in flames about that. It's so unfortunate. I want to pet Della so badly. I don't care about the bugs. The bugs can go elsewhere. I'm gonna go Has One missions, and I'm gonna pet Della all day long. I can't wait until they drop new when people start making mods for petting Della. I barely mod the game. I kind of tried to dive into Has 6 recently, but that's the one mod I'm going to run all the time with no concern whatsoever. I'm gonna be running it. Yeah, I gotta pet Della. Overall, though, beyond this Della backlash, I guess, I'm so excited for season 6, man. I'm just like scrolling through some pictures I took now. Obviously, you guys can probably hear my loud scroll wheel. I might even just there we go. Funny mouse. Yeah, the stalker enemy, I forgot what the name is already. Barrage Infector looks really cool. Yeah, Glyphid Stalker. These are all really, really cool enemies. I love the overclocks as well. They sound like a lot of fun. You guys know me. I'm a big fan of the Thunderhead autocannon. The mortar rounds, that sounds like really, really fun. Inferno is interesting. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I was hoping it'd be like more like a... People were saying like a fireball spell. Kind of like snowball, but with fire, I guess. But I feel like it'd be nice to get more ranged options with the flamethrower, but... Yeah, Inferno's pretty cool too. Marked for Death, I think, is really, really interesting. The M1000 overclock. I kind of think it's more like a support character at that point. I really it kind of stinks though. In some aspect, I feel like the fact that it deals no damage, and it costs like more ammo. I think it said. I kind of feel like that's a little unfair. I think if anything, if it's gonna be 3 ammo, then maybe you should deal a little bit of damage at least, but. I mean, I still really like the concept, kind of just like full-on support character at that point, which I think is really cool. Has 5 plus. Has 5 plus is going to be. I've always wanted more, because when I play nowadays, Has 5 is just not enough, and sometimes the mods just don't work. Like I said, I tried to dip a toe into Has 6, but the mod I was using, like, it worked for 1 day and then stopped. So having Has 5 plus, what were the features? More enemies, aggressive enemies, player vulnerability, and tough enemies. I feel like that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm probably always going to run all those modifiers on, which I think is going to be really fun and really interesting. Nobody really talked about this, though. Nobody really looked at this and kind of thought about it the same as I did. I think they mentioned this at some point, but we kind of got a first look at the emotes that they're going to add. Because I'm pretty sure they said they're going to add emotes. Or at least new dance or something like that. But in the promotion tracker, it looks like both, I guess that's the gunner and the driller there. They're both doing emotes. Look at them. They're just... Look at that stance. Ooh. They look like a big guy, yeah. Loud and proud. And then there's a gunner. He kind of looking like a little cat girl, I guess. Or, I don't know. Goofy little emotes. Yeah, and moving on, the new anomalies and warnings, I think those are going to be really fun as well. Like... Ebonite Outbreak, I think it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping they don't just make it like a pickaxe overcharger event where like everything is just becomes Ebonite. I feel like if they just like dot them out within, if they kind of just dot in the Ebonite enemies, I feel like then it would be more fair. Because if they just do big swarms, it's gonna be really tough. I hope it's not too bad. I hope it's not too hard because I know like Ebonite bugs take like 3 or 4 hits with a pickaxe. I think on like Has 5, maybe 5. I don't even remember. But yeah. The power charge, obviously, like the fastest recharge you can get is 20 unless you're running a Skull Crusher. I can't remember the drink. Yeah. So yeah, I just hope it's not too hard. I really do think it's fun though. I'm not complaining at all. It does seem like it does seem like a really good addition. To only have Ebonites for like one event, it's a really interesting enemy. So it kind of sucks that you don't really see it as often anywhere else. Duck and cover is interesting. It's going to be really annoying, though, especially for classes like... especially for Driller. And I guess if you're running Auto Shotgun as Engineer. It is... But then again, you got to plan around it. It would suck more in a deep dive, though. It's just like on like the last stage, you get Duck and cover as your warning. Yeah, Blood Sugar sounds like fun, too. Just Red Sugar everywhere. It seems like you have to play more careful, but at the same time, kind of you don't need to. Like, sure, you're taking damage over time all the time, but, Red Sugar all the time, too, so. Secret Secondary, I've always been hoping for something like this. I was going to mention this as well. With the new Omeran phase, right, I was thinking that for my, search and rescue type season idea, right? To have, like, more different phases or maybe, like, a different kind of stone you go after instead of just the Heartstone. And to have more secondary objectives as well, because secondary objectives, they're secondary, you'd say, but which kind of implies optional. But everybody always does a secondary objective. It's just, why wouldn't you, right? Because it's not like you don't really go out of your way for it, especially when like something like a Pocket Bloom or a Bulu Cap kind of side objective. You just kind of have to press E every now and then, So yeah, if they could give like maybe even like, I guess harder ones, I'd say. I don't know. I do like that we're going to be able to have more secondary objectives, though. I feel like that's just free money. Yeah, I do really like the new Omeran phase. They've added the trapping phase. It does kind of seem. I mean, there's obviously there's always a tactic to fight against every single phase that they have. Like the floating rocks, you put up the bridge as engineered. You let the driller run around when the beamers come up. And they said it in the thing in the stream. When you're in the air on a zip line, or if you're a scout holding onto the roof or something, the little grab rock attack can't really grab you. They said so, but they also said the balance of that you have to stick in your Dela, or else you're not gonna be able to. It's gonna poor Dottie, she gonna gouge you. But beyond that, yeah, the new weapon maintenance rewards are pretty cool. The few, I think they showed 2 paint jobs, and just by their kind of like their I don't know, icon profile picture, they do look really interesting. I don't know. I was a fan of the first 4 that they dropped. They were pretty cool, especially the orange and white run. I think it was heroic. Heroic was pretty fun. But yeah, I guess that kind of summarizes season 5, the release that they did. This summarizes, I guess, the later half of the GSG publishing stream, or I guess it's GSP, Go Ship Publishing, Go Ship Games. I mean, yeah. Well,
no way.
Anyways, this was my first time trying to make a video like this, more commentary based, but I really did have a lot to say. It's kind of just, as it started off as me wanting to rant about the lack of petting Della, and it kind of morphed into me just kind of commenting on season 6, because I feel like I'd be able to get this out pretty quick and maybe get some views. I have a little guy right now, so yeah. Anyways, if you found this video helpful, if you found this video interesting, funny, I'd really appreciate it. Like, comment, share, all the typical YouTubers shilling. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one.